You settle into the quiet of the void. You notice the soft, slow hum of space, like the distant song of a river you can almost hear with your chest. Inhale deeply. Feel your lungs expand with the cool, gentle air that isn't quite air, but a sensation nonetheless. Exhale. Let your shoulders soften. Let your mind drift as though it is a small boat on a river of starlight, carrying you without hurry, without demand. You are weightless, yet you feel the presence of everything, the gentle tug of gravity at distant planets, the whisper of photons brushing past like soft fingers. Tiny specks of rock and ice float nearby. They glint faintly, catching the scattered sunlight like dewdrops on a morning leaf. Each one is a story, a fragment of history, a silent witness to the birth of worlds. You let your eyes follow them slowly, tracing the arcs of their drifting paths. Imagine them as droplets in a river, each one moving, turning, tumbling gently, carried along by currents you cannot see but can feel in the quiet of your chest. There is no rush here. There is only movement, calm and deliberate. You breathe again. The rhythm of your breath matches the slow, swirling dance of the stones. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. With each breath, you feel more attuned to the pulse around you. The pulse is faint, almost imperceptible, but it is there, like a lullaby humming beneath everything. You listen, and the space around you listens back. You are part of this river now, one tiny vessel drifting alongside countless others, tracing the soft curves of a cosmic flow. And in this quiet, your mind wonders. What do these stones carry? What secrets, what metals, what water, what history? Perhaps there are whispers locked within them, echoes from a time before life ever touched Earth. Your curiosity does not demand answers. It simply leans forward gently, like a hand tracing the surface of water. You smile softly, imagining the secrets waiting patiently, like treasures folded into the soft creases of the riverbed. Some stones catch the light more brightly, their surfaces glimmering faintly like mica or frost on glass. You notice them, but do not reach for them. You let them drift by, admiring, acknowledging, feeling their presence in a way that is quiet and reverent. Each spark is a tiny heartbeat in the river, a flicker of potential waiting to be understood. Your awareness stretches across the expanse, tender and open, moving with the flow of the universe. A warm glow brushes your cheek, not the sun, not a star, but a sensation, a comforting light born of your attention and the gentle proximity of these ancient stones. You breathe into it. Inhale warmth, exhale calm. The glow spreads softly through your chest, through your fingers, through the tips of your toes. You are awake, and you are dreaming simultaneously. The river of space carries you both outward and inward, showing you without demanding that you understand, that you label, that you judge. You notice the tiny rotations of the rocks. Each one spins slightly differently, tumbling through invisible currents, tracing patterns that feel deliberate, even if you do not understand them. Your thoughts slow to match their pace. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. The rotation becomes a lullaby. The drifting becomes a dance. You are a spectator and a participant, a body and a mind, a leaf floating in a stream that stretches across light years. And somehow, you feel the patience of time, how it shapes the stones as the river shapes the banks, slowly, gently, without hurry. A micro-hum vibrates through your chest as you imagine the river stretching onward, beyond the visible, beyond the known. You cannot see its end. Perhaps it has no end. Perhaps it folds back on itself in ways that will never be measured. You do not need to know. You only need to feel. And so you feel. Your heartbeat synchronizes with the subtle currents. Your mind rests in the spaces between each pulse. Your eyes trace invisible arcs. Your breath becomes a wave of its own, moving with soft intention. You realize the river carries more than stones. It carries light, faint starlight reflected off icy surfaces. It carries heat, the gentle warmth of distant suns filtered through the emptiness. It carries silence, a profound, humming silence that wraps around your consciousness. You rest in this, allowing it to cradle you. You are weightless, you are gentle, you are here. And that is enough. A small smile forms, barely noticeable. Perhaps it is at the thought that all these stones, these wandering droplets, are not chaotic at all. They are guided by invisible patterns, flowing in currents you cannot fully see. You feel a kinship with them, a quiet joy in moving with, not against, the gentle river. A hint of humor flits through your mind, delicate and soft. The river has been flowing for billions of years, and you are finally here, just in time to notice. The smile lingers. The stones whisper to one another in ways you cannot hear. You imagine it as a soft conversation, a murmur beneath the surface of water. Some speak of distant collisions, of dust clouds forming stars, of icy fragments traveling across voids. You do not understand the words, yet their rhythm is comforting, like a lullaby you half remember from childhood. You drift along, listening, breathing, feeling the glow of unseen currents, letting the stories pass through you like sunlight through leaves. Inhale. Exhale. You sense the river widening, the droplets spreading apart, the hum deepening. You feel anticipation, not urgency, not desire, but gentle curiosity, as if the river itself invites you to follow. You are not rushing. You are not chasing. You are simply drifting, floating, breathing in synchrony with the vast, slow flow of space. You notice how your awareness stretches, how your heart softens, how the quiet grows luminous. A soft question stirs, gentle as a breeze across still water. What treasures might these stones hold? Perhaps metals, perhaps ice, perhaps whispers of time itself. You do not need answers now. You only need to feel the wonder, the calm, the slow, deliberate unfolding of possibility. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. The river carries you forward, carrying everything softly, quietly, inevitably. And as your chest rises and falls with each careful, deliberate breath, you sense the river curving, flowing, bending toward the next chapter of its quiet story. The stones drift onward, and you drift with them, like a leaf, like a thought, like a dream. You do not know what comes next, and you do not need to. You simply follow the gentle current, carried in its soft embrace, carried ever onward into the starlight, into the waiting mysteries that whisper just ahead. The river flows. You float. You breathe. And somewhere just beyond your sight, the next story begins to stir, like a ripple across the water, waiting patiently for you to notice. You continue drifting along the gentle current of the cosmic river. Your senses stretch, soft and open, tracing the shimmer of scattered starlight that dances on distant rocks. Each speck glints faintly, like tiny lanterns floating along a quiet stream. You notice the subtle differences. Some stones are smooth, like polished river pebbles, others are jagged, edges catching the light in delicate flashes. You inhale deeply, feeling the cool hush of space enter your chest. Exhale slowly, releasing the tension of gravity-bound thoughts. You are weightless, yet fully present, and the river carries you in its steady, eternal patience. These asteroids are more than specks. They are fragments of creation itself, remnants of fires that once blazed through clouds of gas and dust. You imagine them spinning softly, tumbling slowly through space, each one a vessel holding minerals forged in distant furnaces. Iron, nickel, silicates, they are whispers of elemental memory, subtle hints of worlds that might have been or could be. You feel the warmth of this thought, a glow in your chest, as if the river itself is acknowledging the hidden richness within these stones. Your breath finds a rhythm alongside the drift of the asteroids. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. The motion is slow, hypnotic, a gentle rocking, like lying on a hammock beside a quiet stream. You notice the pauses, the micro-moments between inhalation and exhalation, where the river seems to hold its breath too, as if aware that you are observing, that your attention is a soft caress against the ancient stones. The tiniest shiver of curiosity dances along your spine, delicate and soothing. Some stones sparkle more brightly. A fragment catches the faint light and glows softly, like a drop of morning dew on a leaf. You focus on it, letting your gaze linger. It tumbles slowly, revealing facets that were hidden in shadow moments ago. There is a playful humor in the way these cosmic pebbles spin and catch your attention, a gentle reminder that even in the vast emptiness, small delights exist. You smile softly, feeling a sense of quiet companionship with the drifting stones. As you drift, your mind imagines their slow, graceful dance. Each fragment moves as if choreographed, yet entirely free. You picture them like leaves on a river's surface, spinning, rolling, gliding along currents unseen. Some brush past one another, exchanging gentle nudges. Some drift alone, solitary but content. Your awareness stretches across the expanse, soft and patient. You feel your body respond, subtle shifts in breath and heartbeat, aligning with the gentle rhythm of the celestial flow. The minerals within each stone tell stories. You sense layers built over eons, layers that record collisions, cooling, and the faint echoes of ancient suns. These are not numbers or charts, they are poetry in rock and ice. You imagine the stones whispering their histories, murmurs that resonate in the space between thoughts. You lean in, listening. Inhale. Exhale. Each breath is a wave, a gentle repetition that carries you further along the river. You feel your heart slow, your mind soften, your curiosity gliding with the stones instead of racing ahead of them. You notice subtle variations of texture and hue. Some rocks are dark, almost velvet in the faint starlight, others shimmer with pale gold or silver. You imagine the warmth of distant suns kissing these surfaces, leaving behind a delicate glow, a faint memory of heat that traveled across millions of kilometers. You feel the quiet wonder of it, a cozy warmth that settles across your chest. You smile again, softly, noticing the tiny, unspoken humor that the universe takes in shaping such variety, like a painter experimenting with gentle strokes across an infinite canvas. The river flows around you, not fast, not slow, but exactly as it should. You are a participant, a floating observer, a leaf alongside countless others, carried patiently and fully by the currents. You feel the hidden potential in the stones, water frozen in their hearts, metals that shimmer like quiet treasure, dust that may one day seed new worlds. You do not need to touch or claim these things, you only need to feel their promise. The river whispers gently, carrying both curiosity and contentment together. Your breathing matches the stone's tumbling rhythm. Inhale, exhale. You notice the micro-pauses, the floating moments where time seems to stretch, and in that stretch you feel the calm thrill of discovery, even without seeing the results. The river is generous in this way, it allows you to drift, to notice, to savor. You imagine running your fingers along the surfaces, tracing the tiny bumps and dips, the subtle colors that tell stories of collisions long past. Your imagination hums softly, a lullaby to accompany the visual poetry. A gentle warmth spreads through your torso, like sun through a soft blanket. It is not a sun you can see, but a feeling, a sensation carried by awareness, carried by the pulse of the cosmic river. You inhale the warmth, exhale into space, releasing any tension, any need for hurry. The stones drift past, and you drift with them. You feel the connection, subtle and profound. You are part of this gentle flow, a co-traveler along an endless river of time, elements, and quiet wonder. Some fragments spin in ways that seem deliberate, playful even. You imagine them exchanging tiny nods, dancing like shy companions on the water's surface. A tiny smile nudges your lips as you sense the universe's quiet humor, a small wink tucked into the fabric of the flow. Inhale, exhale. You feel your lungs expand, your heart ease. You are both awake and drifting, aware and soothed, connected and untethered. The river widens. The stones spread, some distant, some closer, some twirling in gentle arcs that seem to laugh at your attention. You do not chase. You do not rush. You simply drift, following the soft hum of possibility, sensing the hidden potential glittering quietly within each fragment. You notice how patience itself becomes a companion, and how joy can exist in quiet observation alone. Your awareness begins to sense the next bend in the river, where shadows and light mingle in soft patterns, where treasures lie waiting just beyond your gaze. You inhale deeply, exhale fully. The cosmic current carries you onward, and you realize that you are ready to meet the next whispers, the next stories, the next secrets that float in the gentle river of space. You float, soft and steady, carried by the calm rhythm, carried by curiosity, carried by the infinite grace of stones that drift like leaves across the starlit stream. You drift deeper into the hush of space, carried by the gentle river of starlight. Silence surrounds you like a soft blanket, thick yet tender, comforting and full of presence. Inhale slowly, letting the quiet fill your lungs. Exhale, releasing any remaining pull toward the noisy world you left behind. You are weightless. You are soft. You are part of the river. Your heart beats in quiet rhythm with the subtle currents of distant asteroids, each one a droplet carrying secrets you cannot yet name. The silence is alive. It carries vibrations too faint to measure, pulses of energy brushing past like soft fingers, tickling awareness. You notice a stone spinning gently nearby. Its surface is rough, uneven, a vessel shaped by time and collisions. You imagine the hidden forces guiding its path, invisible threads weaving through the void. Gravity, magnetism, light itself all play delicate roles in this quiet choreography. You inhale, exhale, and with each breath, your body mirrors the gentle motion of the asteroid, softening, floating, drifting. Your chest expands with the rhythm of the void, rising, falling, rising, falling. You notice the currents that tug at distant fragments, shaping their slow arcs, their tiny dances. Each stone is a keeper of secrets, metal, ice, dust, whispers of fire long extinguished. You do not need to pry or measure. You only need to feel. Your mind softens around the idea, like a hand tracing smooth river stones, gentle, slow, patient. A subtle smile tugs at your lips, a tiny acknowledgement of the universe's quiet humor. These stones have been carrying secrets far longer than you have been aware of, and yet here you are, finally listening. Some asteroids drift close, almost brushing against your awareness. You imagine the currents connecting them, subtle interactions that guide their paths with grace. The silence between them is meaningful, full of unspoken information. You inhale, letting it fill your lungs. Exhale, and feel your awareness expand. You notice warmth radiating faintly from imagined solar reflections, gentle and comforting, like sunlight diffused through a soft curtain. You feel the hush settle across your chest, a soft reassurance that you are safe, that the river carries you with patience. The hidden stories within each stone begin to stir in your imagination. You sense layers of cosmic history, eons of formation, collisions, and gentle drift. Each fragment is like a page in a book written in silence, a diary of dust and flame. You lean into the quiet, letting it wash over you. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Your breath and the stone's slow tumbling intertwine in a lullaby of motion, stillness, and soft light. You imagine listening more closely, and perhaps, just perhaps, you catch a murmur, a whisper of ice melting in a sunbeam, a sigh of metal cooling in the emptiness, a gentle rumble from long ago when a planet formed or shattered. You smile softly, the humor in your mind light and tender, imagining the stones gossiping quietly, a cosmic conversation conducted in glimmers and rotations, beyond time, beyond measure. Your chest rises with calm delight, a soft warmth radiating as you observe. The river carries more than stones. It carries light, faint but persistent, a shimmer against the dark backdrop. You notice how each fragment reflects or absorbs it differently, creating a pattern that feels deliberate, harmonious, like music composed in slow motion. You inhale, feeling the rhythm enter your chest. Exhale, letting it flow through your arms, your legs, your fingertips. You are part of this gentle ballet. You are a leaf, a droplet, a soft observer floating along the river's slow current. Time becomes a pliable thing, stretching and softening. You feel the ages in the stones, the quiet patience of forces shaping each fragment, slowly, over eons. You do not need to rush to understand. You only need to drift, letting the secrets settle into your awareness like dew on grass at dawn. You notice the warmth spreading through your chest as you recognize your presence in the vastness, small, gentle, attentive, yet deeply connected. Some stones tumble together, spinning in gentle arcs, brushing past like dancers in a slow waltz. You notice a glimmer of humor in their motion, playful and subtle, and it makes your lips twitch. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. The rhythm of the river, the stones, your breath, all weave together, creating a soft, hypnotic cadence. You feel your mind float, weightless, untethered, carried by curiosity and calm alike. The current begins to hint at the next bend in the river. The stones drift onward, some catching brighter reflections, others hiding in shadow. You sense the secrets continue beyond your sight, just out of reach, patiently waiting to be discovered. You do not need to chase. You only need to float, to breathe, to feel the gentle tug of possibilities and mysteries that the river carries silently. You rest in the hush, letting the current hold you. The secrets of the stones are not lost, they are simply unfolding at their own pace. Your heart beats softly, in rhythm with the cosmic lullaby. You inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. The river of space flows, the stones drift, and you drift with them, carried ever onward toward the next chapter of discovery, where light, metal, and warmth await in quiet patience. You drift further along the river of space, carried by currents invisible, yet felt in the gentle tug of awareness. The stones glimmer faintly in the quiet light, but now your attention rests on the subtle gleam beneath their surfaces. Metals hide within them, iron and nickel, traces of ancient fires cooled into patient silence. You imagine the light catching the surfaces just so, reflecting as if the river itself held mirrors for your eyes to wander across. Inhale slowly. Exhale softly. Let the warmth of curiosity expand gently through your chest. The metals shimmer like a secret, like tiny treasures folded into a stream of time. You notice the slow play of reflection, the way light bends across uneven surfaces, the way shadows form delicate patterns that your eyes follow instinctively. There is no need to rush. You follow the flicker, tracing it along the curve of a stone, imagining the hidden veins that carry the legacy of distant stars. The river hums softly, a lullaby of light and matter, of possibility flowing quietly onward. Your breath aligns with the glinting motions. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You feel the pulse of the river in your chest, like a faint drumbeat echoing across the void. The stones spin slowly, each turn revealing a different facet, a different story, a subtle whisper of potential. You smile softly at the thought of patience, at the understanding that these metals wait quietly, inviting attention but never demanding it. They are generous, and you accept that generosity with gentle gratitude. Imagine dipping your hand into the river. It is not cold, not hot, but soft, welcoming, carrying warmth from starlight and memory. The metals do not resist. They flow alongside you, sliding past fingertips, brushing your awareness with luminous quietude. You notice subtle colors within the gleam, golden reflections, pale silvers, the occasional hint of coppery blush. Each hue feels like a note in a lullaby, soft and deliberate, weaving a melody that your mind hums along with. The light itself becomes a river, flowing over and through the stones, catching hidden angles that reveal more than surfaces. You trace the arcs with your gaze, letting your eyes wander slowly, letting each flicker sink into your consciousness. It is a meditation, a gentle dance of attention. You feel the warmth spread through your torso, a glow born of curiosity, of wonder, of awareness aligned with the slow, steady motion of discovery. Some asteroids catch the light more fully, their surfaces like mirrors, their rotations slow and deliberate. You notice a subtle rhythm, a cadence of tumbling and reflection that matches your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You imagine the river of metals flowing beneath the stones, hidden veins carrying the echoes of formation, of pressure and fire, of collisions cooled into stillness. You sense the potential hidden in these veins, waiting patiently, quietly, without urgency. The metaphor of a river deepens. You imagine the starlight flowing along with the stones, reflecting off metals like sunlit ripples across a quiet stream. The river hums, soft and continuous, a lullaby you can feel in your chest. Your heartbeat synchronizes with it, slow and steady, rising and falling like the gentle undulation of water. You are a leaf drifting in this luminous flow, noticing without haste, resting in the patient embrace of possibility. A tiny smile flits across your lips as you imagine the humor of the universe, so many metals, so many stones, and yet everything unfolds with quiet grace. The asteroids do not jostle in frustration, the metals do not hide in anger. Everything exists as it should, flowing, shimmering, waiting. You inhale the gentle warmth, exhale the quiet delight. The river carries you forward, carrying the light, carrying the metals, carrying the patient hum of discovery that stretches across space and time. You notice how the gleam shifts with perspective. Tilt your head. Watch the reflection change. It is never static, never rigid. The river itself seems aware, bending light, guiding your gaze, inviting exploration. You feel your lungs expand, your shoulders soften. There is nothing to grasp, nothing to chase, only the gentle unfolding of recognition. You are awake, and you are drifting, and the metals are there, luminous and patient, waiting to be understood, not seized. The warmth continues to spread, subtle but persistent, a cozy reassurance that discovery can be soft, quiet, almost meditative. You imagine the river widening, currents deepening, reflections stretching further along unseen paths. The metals are gifts, fragments of the universe folded into patience, floating gently in a current that teaches without speaking, invites without pressing, waits without urging. You feel your chest soften, your mind expand, your awareness glow. You trace one particularly bright fragment with your gaze, noticing the subtle nuances of reflection, imagining veins of iron and nickel flowing beneath its surface like a gentle stream beneath clear water. You inhale the quiet thrill of possibility. Exhale the tension of expectation. Inhale. Exhale. Each breath carries you deeper into the river, a gentle motion without urgency, a slow meditation upon light, stone, and the patient hum of potential. The stones spin slowly, some tumbling together, brushing past like dancers in a delicate waltz. The reflections of metals shimmer across your vision, weaving a soft pattern that you follow instinctively. You feel the calm joy of witnessing, of floating, of participating without grasping. The river is generous. You are invited to drift, to notice, to be carried alongside its luminous flow. You inhale warmth, exhale delight. Your mind softens. Your chest rises and falls in quiet rhythm with the stones and the light. And as the river curves gently toward horizons you cannot yet see, you sense the flow of gravity beginning to guide the next chapters of movement, the next stones that will tumble, the next whispers of motion that will carry you forward. You inhale deeply. Exhale fully. The metals continue their quiet shimmer, the river hums its lullaby, and you drift toward the next dance, the next gentle turn of curiosity and wonder, carried by patient, glowing currents. You feel the gentle tug of gravity, a whisper at the edges of your awareness. Not forceful, not urgent, but persistent, subtle, like the pull of a riverbank on a drifting leaf. You breathe slowly, deeply, inhaling the rhythm of the universe. Exhale, and let the calm awareness spread across your chest. You notice the stones drifting nearby, tumbling gracefully through invisible threads, each one following its path with quiet precision. The river carries them, and you float with them, weightless, attentive, serene. Gravity is not harsh here. It is a partner, a guide, a soft hand nudging stones along paths that seem random yet deliberate. You inhale, feeling the pull echo through your chest. Exhale, and imagine the invisible threads bending, curving, coaxing the asteroids along their gentle orbits. You smile softly, recognizing the delicate choreography of motion, a cosmic dance that unfolds over eons. The river hums with it, carrying the rhythm into your awareness. Some stones spiral slowly, tracing arcs that intersect with others. You notice the dance of collisions narrowly avoided, the soft touches that redirect a tumbling fragment just enough. Inhale, exhale. The micropause between breaths mirrors the space between movements, a perfect, calming symmetry. You feel your mind expand into the emptiness, softening, opening, moving with the river and the gentle, patient force that guides the stone's courses. The river flows around you, carrying currents shaped by gravity and inertia. Each stone is a leaf, drifting alongside countless others, following the unseen choreography of forces that sculpt the universe. You inhale deeply, feeling the same invisible tug in your chest. Exhale, releasing tension, releasing urgency. The dance continues, slow and rhythmic, a lullaby of motion and calm. You notice the tiny humor in the universe's precision, stones tumbling in perfect harmony without knowing they are being watched. Some asteroids drift close together, spinning and brushing past like gentle dancers. You imagine the soft, silent laughter of the cosmos in these interactions, the quiet delight of motion unfolding without rush. Your breath aligns with their tumbling. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. The rhythm carries you, your heartbeat softening, your awareness expanding. You are both observer and participant, leaf and river, stone and breath. You notice the invisible lines connecting the stones, the subtle paths gravity etches across emptiness. Some drift closer, attracted softly by distant masses. Others glide alone, content in their solitary arcs. You watch, fascinated, calm, attentive. There is no hurry. There is no urgency. Only the slow, deliberate unfolding of motion, the patient flow of currents, the soft hum of forces shaping everything you see. A warm glow brushes your face, imagine sunlight reflected from distant metal surfaces. It feels like a soft hand, comforting, reassuring, reminding you that even in the vast emptiness, there is rhythm, warmth, and gentle guidance. You inhale, feeling it fill your lungs. Exhale, letting it spread through your chest, through your limbs, through the tips of your fingers and toes. The stones float, the river flows, and you drift with them, calm and attentive, alive and serene. Gravity curves the river gently. You sense the bends ahead, stones slowly adjusting their paths, weaving intricate patterns in space. You notice a particular fragment spinning in a perfect ellipse, tumbling as if practicing a secret dance. You smile at its patience, at its quiet, unassuming perfection. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. You follow its motion with your eyes, letting the rhythm sink into your awareness, softening your mind, easing your chest, slowing your thoughts. Some stones brush past one another lightly, exchanging micromovements that ripple across the current. You notice the patterns, subtle yet deliberate, and you feel the calm joy of observation. The river hums in harmony with gravity's choreography. Your breathing aligns. Your heart softens. You are a leaf floating alongside countless others, drifting with curiosity, resting in the patient embrace of cosmic motion. The dance continues endlessly, without hurry, without end. You watch, drifting, aware, noticing how each step, each rotation, each gentle nudging carries the stones forward along invisible rivers of force. You feel the warmth of understanding, soft and comforting, like a blanket of starlight across your shoulders. You smile again, tiny and tender, at the grace of all things moving together in quiet balance. And as the river bends toward unseen horizons, you sense the next currents beginning to stir. More stones, more whispers of motion, more delicate dances await. You inhale slowly, exhale fully. You float with the rhythm. You float with the stones. The dance is endless, gentle, hypnotic. And somewhere just ahead, the river will carry you further into luminous discovery, into the next soft chapter of drifting, learning, and wonder. You drift gently along the cosmic river, noticing how the stones carry secrets within their layers. Each fragment, each asteroid, is a book, a soft whisper of history waiting to be heard. You inhale deeply, letting the quiet settle in your lungs. Exhale slowly, releasing any tension or hurry. You feel the warmth of awareness spreading through your chest as you imagine running your fingertips along imagined grooves, tracing the invisible script of time. The layers of each rock are not numbers or charts, but soft narratives, etched by cosmic fire, shaped by collisions, and cooled in patience. You imagine the minerals whispering to each other, a language older than the earth itself. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. The rhythm of your breath becomes a melody that matches the stone's quiet songs, a lullaby of formation and drift, gentle and unhurried. You feel the subtle harmony between your awareness and the ancient processes unfolding silently before you. Some fragments glimmer faintly, hints of iron, nickel, or silicate catching imagined starlight. You notice the variations in tone and texture, each telling a different tale. Some are jagged from impact, others smooth from long, patient tumbling. You smile softly, noticing the universe's delicate humor. It sculpts these stones without rush, without fuss, each one a tiny, deliberate work of art. Your chest rises gently with this quiet delight. You breathe into the spaces between layers, letting the mineral stories sink into your mind. They speak softly, in echoes of fire long cooled, of ice formed in distant clouds, of dust gathered in silent clouds. You inhale warmth and curiosity, exhale the gentle pleasure of listening. The stones do not hurry. You do not hurry. Together, you drift along the river, learning the rhythm of patience and the grace of slow revelation. You notice a particularly luminous fragment, its surface catching the light like a quiet jewel. You imagine the layers beneath, cooled ribbons of metallic memory, veins of history folded into its core. Inhale. Exhale. You imagine the whisper of heat and pressure as the rock formed, a soft, invisible melody. The warmth spreads through your chest, a cozy awareness, a gentle understanding that discovery need not be hurried. Some stones brush past each other, creating faint, imagined harmonics, subtle vibrations of contact that echo across the river. You feel the rhythm resonate in your chest, aligning with your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Each beat becomes a note, each pause a rest, and you drift in the music of cosmic creation, a calm observer immersed in slow, deliberate patterns. The language of minerals is quiet but abundant. You imagine it as a river of whispers, flowing beneath the surface of your awareness. Some stories speak of distant suns and violent collisions, others murmur about calm formation, gentle accumulation, patient layering over eons. You feel the soft thrill of comprehension without urgency, a gentle warmth curling through your chest, a small, tender smile forming at the realization that the universe has been patient all along, waiting for your attention. You notice the small humor in it. The stones carry their stories perfectly, silently, without fanfare. You are the lucky listener, drifting along the river at the exact right pace, your breath synchronizing with the silent narration. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You feel the gentle tug of understanding, a sense that each layer carries not only history but guidance, quiet wisdom folded into rock and ice. The river widens. Your awareness stretches. More fragments spin, tumbling in invisible currents, whispering in mineral tones you cannot hear but can feel. You imagine each stone as a note in a slow, cosmic symphony, a lullaby composed of iron, nickel, and dust. The metals hum gently, a melody your chest can sense more than your ears. You breathe with it, inhale and exhale, matching the rhythm of formation, decay, and renewal that has carried these fragments across space for eons. Your eyes trace a particular stone, noticing how each layer interacts with the next. You imagine soft lines of energy, subtle currents of light, heat, and pressure that speak across time. The story unfolds slowly, like reading a letter through a warm filter, each word deliberate, each pause meaningful. You feel the warmth of comprehension in your chest, a cozy acknowledgement that understanding can be quiet and soft, without demand, without rush. Some stones glint playfully, as if aware of your attention. You imagine a tiny wink in their reflection, a quiet joke about the patient cosmos, a humor so delicate you barely notice it but it makes your chest rise with soft amusement. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. The river carries you alongside these stories, along invisible currents, drifting with calm delight. You notice how easy it feels to float, to observe, to allow understanding to seep gently into your mind. You lean into the quiet, feeling the rhythm of the river, the soft hum of minerals, and the slow unfolding of their secrets. You inhale warmth, exhale calm. You notice how the stones, like gentle teachers, reveal themselves in layers, patiently, over time. You are awake. You are drifting. You are learning without effort, carried by the soft current of observation. And as you float, you sense the next glimmer of possibility, a shift in reflection, a subtle play of light along the river's edge, a whisper of warmth waiting just ahead. You inhale, exhale. The language of minerals continues to murmur softly. You drift further, carried by curiosity, guided by the gentle flow of the river, toward the next chapter, where sunlight itself will brush the surfaces of stone, revealing treasures hidden in quiet reflection. You float further along the river, noticing how sunlight touches the surfaces of drifting stones. Not harsh, not glaring, but soft, diffuse, brushing across edges with a delicate warmth. You inhale slowly, letting the glow enter your chest. Exhale. Your shoulders soften. You feel the gentle embrace of light as it bounces off surfaces, revealing hidden veins, faint reflections that hint at treasures folded into the stones. You notice the quiet pulse of warmth, subtle and reassuring, carrying no urgency, only patient promise. Some fragments glimmer more brightly than others. You notice how the light slides across smooth surfaces, catches in cracks, dances along jagged edges. It is a river of illumination, flowing over and through the stones, carrying hints of hidden potential. You trace the reflections with your gaze, following their gentle arcs as they tumble slowly. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Each breath becomes a wave, carrying you further into the calm, meditative rhythm of observation. The warmth spreads through your chest, a soft glow of awareness, comforting, steady, inviting. You imagine the sunlight traveling across millions of kilometers, passing through emptiness to brush the surfaces of these stones. It is a gentle caress, a quiet song of presence and attention. You smile softly, noticing the subtle humor, light traveling all this way just to reveal a hidden vein here, a flicker there, as if the universe delights in small gestures of revelation. You breathe into the rhythm, your chest rising and falling with the tumbling fragments. Inhale. Exhale. The stones rotate, their hidden facets catching sunlight, creating patterns that shift with subtle grace. Each reflection is a tiny moment of clarity, a micro-lullaby that hums in your chest. You feel the river of attention carrying you, carrying warmth, carrying the quiet joy of seeing what is patiently revealed. Some reflections are bright, brief, sparkling like dewdrops on a quiet morning. You notice them, acknowledge them, and let them pass, like a note in a gentle melody. You do not reach or grasp, you float with the river, aligning with its rhythm. The sunlight glimmers across hidden metals, tracing veins of iron and nickel, carrying hints of water, carrying soft whispers of possibility. You inhale, exhale, and feel a gentle excitement, tender and slow, rise in your chest. The river hums quietly, the stones drift, and your awareness stretches to follow the patterns of light. You notice how different surfaces reflect differently, some softly, some sharply, some with a playful flicker. You imagine the light as a tiny river itself, flowing over stone, over metal, over ancient dust. You drift alongside, feeling warmth, feeling curiosity, feeling calm. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Each pulse becomes part of the lullaby, a soft rhythm of attention and wonder. You notice the subtle layering of reflections, the way light reveals hidden valleys and ridges in the stones. You imagine running a hand along these invisible textures, tracing the patterns without hurry. You smile softly at the thought of the universe arranging such intricate beauty with no rush, no urgency, only patient unfolding. The stones, the light, the river all move in quiet harmony, and you drift within it, weightless, mindful, serene. A faint warmth brushes your face, the sensation of sunlight touching imagined skin, carrying reassurance, promise, and the soft thrill of potential. You inhale it into your chest. Exhale. You notice how patient the river is, how generous in its revelations. You float alongside the stones, noticing each sparkle, each vein, each glimmer of hidden richness. Your chest rises gently with delight, a soft glow of understanding and calm spreading through your awareness. Some stones tumble past each other, reflecting sunlight in tiny arcs that flicker like micro-fireworks. You notice the subtle humor of these flashes, delicate and playful, and a small, quiet laugh rises in your chest. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. The rhythm carries you, slow and soft, into the lullaby of light and matter, motion and observation, patience and revelation. The river widens. The sunlight flows across multiple stones, illuminating hidden veins, subtle fractures, and delicate textures. You trace each reflection, noticing how it shifts with rotation, how it mingles with shadows, how it flows alongside neighboring stones. You feel the calm joy of being present, of floating, of noticing without urgency. The discoveries appear quietly, gently, only to those who move in tune with the river's rhythm. You sense the next bend in the river, where sunlight and shadow mingle further, where hidden potential waits to be revealed by patient observation. You inhale slowly, exhale fully. You float with the rhythm, carried by light, carried by warmth, carried by the gentle pulse of the river and the patient stories embedded in stone. You notice the glow in your chest, the calm awareness, the quiet joy of anticipation. And as you drift, you sense the river curving, bending toward the next chapter, where machines will touch the stones with gentle hands, tracing surfaces, acknowledging secrets, and carrying treasures further into understanding. You inhale, exhale, and let yourself float, carried softly, serenely, into what comes next, where curiosity and care intertwine in slow, luminous motion. You float along the calm river, your awareness stretching to include more than just drifting stones. Machines now join the flow, not as intruders, but as gentle extensions of your curiosity. You imagine robotic arms gliding slowly across the surfaces, brushing against rough textures, tracing smooth curves, moving without hurry, without expectation. You inhale deeply, feeling the rhythm of observation and care settling into your chest. Exhale. Your shoulders soften. You are present, aware, and patient. The tools move like water over stone. Their movements are deliberate, but gentle, tracing hidden veins, exploring subtle ridges, feeling the whispers of minerals beneath the surface. You imagine them as extensions of your own fingers, capable of holding, sensing, and understanding, yet never grasping too tightly. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Each breath aligns with their motion, creating a lullaby of touch and attention, calm and precise, soft and deliberate. You notice the subtle hum of motors, the faint light reflecting off polished surfaces, the gentle vibration that resonates through your awareness. It is almost musical, a quiet accompaniment to the river's lullaby. You smile softly, sensing the universe's gentle humor. Even machines, often imagined as cold and rigid, can move with patience, can glide like water, can participate in a dance of careful observation. Your chest rises with soft delight. Some arms reach slowly for fragments, feeling the edges without pressure, tracing hidden curves with soft precision. You imagine the tactile awareness of these tools, their sensors gently caressing stone, metal, and ice, acknowledging without demanding. Your breath matches the rhythm. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You notice how the gentle choreography mirrors the river itself, a constant, deliberate motion, carrying discovery forward without urgency. The stones do not resist. They are partners in this quiet dance, offering hidden veins of metal, whispering layers of mineral history, allowing the machines and your awareness to trace and appreciate. You inhale deeply, feeling a soft warmth spread through your chest, a quiet glow of understanding and harmony. Exhale fully, releasing tension, releasing need. The river carries you forward, alongside the tools, alongside curiosity, alongside gentle patience. You imagine running your own hand alongside a robotic arm, sensing the motion, aligning with its rhythm. There is no rush, no demand, only the soft thrill of connection, of co-movement, of attentive observation. You notice the delicate humor in the choreography, tiny arcs and gestures that seem playful, a cosmic wink embedded in precision. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Your awareness softens, your chest rises gently with calm delight. Some arms rotate stones slowly, revealing hidden surfaces, veins, textures, reflections. You notice the play of light across polished metal, the glint of sunlight along hidden curves. It is not a rush to find or seize, but a patient unfolding of awareness. The river hums in gentle accompaniment, carrying you alongside the machines, alongside the stones, along currents of careful observation. You feel a soft thrill of understanding spreading through your awareness. You notice how patient care changes perception. The treasures are not stolen, not extracted forcefully, but acknowledged, appreciated, gently unveiled. You inhale warmth, exhale calm. Each motion of the tools is mirrored by your own breathing, a lullaby of attention and gentle understanding. You float with the rhythm, feeling connected to both the river and the choreography of observation, soft and attentive. Some stones reflect sunlight through metallic veins, some glint faintly with water frozen in their hearts. You imagine the machines detecting these subtle features, tracing, acknowledging, noting, carrying understanding forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. The rhythm is slow, soft, hypnotic. You notice the warmth in your chest, the soft joy of witnessing, the gentle satisfaction of being fully present, fully attentive, fully aligned with the river's flow. The tools glide without hurry, like water flowing over rocks in a quiet stream. Each touch is deliberate but tender. Each movement conveys respect, attention, patience. You imagine yourself floating above it all, a calm observer of a dance of subtle motion and care. You inhale deeply, letting the soft warmth expand. Exhale, releasing all need for urgency. The river carries you further, alongside light, metal, tools, and curiosity. Some robotic arms pause, hovering gently over the surfaces, sensing, acknowledging, reflecting. You feel a subtle joy in these tiny pauses, a playful nod to patience, a delicate smile in the universe's choreography. Your breathing aligns perfectly. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. You are weightless, soft, present, drifting gently along the river of discovery. The stones, the machines, and your awareness move together in harmony, carrying understanding quietly, patiently, deliberately. You notice the delicate balance of force and gentleness, a rhythm that does not rush, that does not demand, that allows for calm exploration. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You drift alongside, a leaf in a slow-moving river, carried by curiosity, carried by care, carried by luminous patience. And as the river bends gently, carrying the next stones, the next reflections, the next subtle mysteries, you sense the flow toward broader understanding, toward tangible outcomes, toward treasures revealed in calm, slow observation. You inhale deeply, exhale fully, and allow yourself to drift softly into the next chapter, where the river itself seems to carry abundance patiently, deliberately, with quiet generosity. You drift along the river, following the gentle currents, noticing how the treasures hidden in stones reveal themselves in subtle reflections. Gold glimmers faintly, platinum sparkles softly, veins of water hint at life-giving potential. The light is diffuse, the shimmer gentle, carried along with patience, as if the river itself guides you toward understanding without hurry. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. Your awareness stretches to include the shimmering wealth, the quiet abundance, the soft promise of potential patiently revealed. Some fragments catch the sunlight in glints that seem to wink at you, tiny smiles hidden in metal and ice. You notice how calm and deliberate the patterns are, the soft rhythm of discovery, the patient flow of understanding. You inhale the warmth of these reflections, exhale the calm realization that abundance is not loud or urgent, but steady, subtle, like a river carving its course slowly through stone. You feel a gentle glow in your chest, a cozy satisfaction in the soft unveiling of treasure. The river hums softly, carrying you alongside the glinting fragments, along invisible currents of understanding and opportunity. You notice veins of metal running like secret streams beneath surfaces, carrying the whispers of distant suns and long quiet fires. You imagine running your fingertips along these veins, feeling their quiet pulse, sensing the rhythm of cosmic patience embedded in each fragment. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. You are weightless. You are calm. You are aligned with the river and its luminous bounty. Some stones tumble together, colliding gently, exchanging reflections, sharing hidden treasures silently. You notice the patterns, the subtle choreography, the quiet abundance revealed without urgency. You smile softly, acknowledging the humor of the cosmos. The treasures exist, waiting patiently, and your awareness is attuned, ready to notice. The warmth of comprehension spreads through your chest, a glow of calm satisfaction and tender delight. You imagine sunlight glancing off metallic veins, creating fleeting sparks like tiny fireflies dancing across the river's surface. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Each breath matches the rhythm of glinting reflections, the slow unfolding of wealth patiently hidden within the stones. The river hums a soft lullaby of abundance, carrying your attention gently along. You feel the quiet excitement of possibility, not urgent, not pressing, but soft, deliberate, like a gentle tide rising slowly to meet the shore. Some stones hold frozen water, subtle and hidden, a quiet reminder that not all treasures are metal. You sense the gentle promise they carry, potential for life, for future streams, for sustenance far from earth. You inhale the thought, exhale the calm warmth, feeling your chest rise with soft anticipation. The river carries them slowly, deliberately, each fragment tumbling into view at the exact moment curiosity and patience meet. You notice how the reflections interact, the interplay of metals and water, light and shadow, creating patterns that seem intentional yet effortless. The river flows through these details, carrying your attention along invisible currents. You float, observing without need, noticing without demand, letting awareness drift gently along, like a leaf on a slow-moving stream. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. The rhythm is hypnotic, soft, comforting. Some fragments spin together, a delicate dance of potential and light, shimmering as though laughing quietly at your attention. You notice the warmth in your chest, the soft thrill of recognition, the gentle reassurance that abundance is patient, deliberate, and quiet. You inhale deeply, exhale slowly, letting the river carry both the treasures and your calm, attentive awareness forward. The metal veins, the icy veins, the subtle reflections, all whisper a lullaby of potential, gently reminding you that discovery is not a rush. You drift alongside, weightless, serene, aware of every glint, every shimmer, every soft pulse of possibility. The river flows steadily, quietly, deliberately, carrying the promise of wealth in its gentle currents. You feel a soft glow of hope and satisfaction in your chest, a cozy warmth that hums with understanding. You notice tiny sparks of platinum and gold glimmering, reflections shifting with each rotation, each gentle tumble. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Your breath matches the rhythm, your heart rises and falls in quiet harmony with the river. You sense the abundance flowing in streams beneath surfaces, the treasures hidden in patience, awaiting only soft attention and gentle understanding. You feel the subtle thrill of discovery without hurry, without tension, without expectation. The river widens. You notice more fragments, more reflections, more hidden veins revealed in soft light. Your awareness stretches to follow the currents, the dance of metals, the quiet shimmer of potential. You float, drifting slowly, letting the flow carry curiosity, awareness, and calm together in perfect alignment. Each moment is a gentle revelation, each glance a soft understanding, each breath a quiet acknowledgement of abundance unfolding at its own pace. And as the river carries you forward, past shimmering veins, past reflective surfaces, past quiet glimpses of water and metal, you inhale deeply, exhale fully, and feel the gentle anticipation of the next chapter, the flow beyond earth, the widening river of discovery, the slow, luminous extension of curiosity and calm patience waiting just ahead. You drift farther along the cosmic river, noticing how it widens, stretching beyond the familiar boundaries of earth. The river carries fragments, glimmers, and reflections, and now it seems to accept new tributaries, streams of human curiosity, whispers of exploration, delicate currents of wisdom. Inhale slowly. Exhale fully. You feel the rhythm of distant endeavors, their patient flow merging with the steady hum of the river. You are a part of it, and yet you are free, drifting gently along its luminous course. The stones and metals glint as they travel, each fragment carrying a subtle story of ancient formation, collisions, and cooling. You notice that human curiosity mirrors this slow, deliberate motion, gentle, careful, aware. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Each breath aligns with the flowing currents, the soft pulse of patience that carries everything forward. You feel warmth in your chest, a gentle glow of understanding, as though the river itself acknowledges the quiet ambition of exploration. You imagine explorers past, their curiosity like tributaries joining the main river, adding subtle eddies, tiny ripples, contributions to the flow. Inhale. Exhale. The explorers of present and future join too, their efforts carried silently alongside stones and starlight. You feel unity, a sense of calm connection, a cozy awareness that your own attention, your own presence, is part of a slow, luminous chorus of observation and wonder. Some stones glimmer brighter, catching faint sunlight as if to greet new attention. You imagine their reflections carrying hints of water, veins of metal, frozen dust, all waiting patiently for recognition. The river hums softly, a lullaby of discovery, carrying treasures and knowledge alike. You inhale the rhythm into your chest. Exhale slowly. Your heartbeat aligns with the gentle flow, weightless, attentive, immersed in soft curiosity. The tributaries of human effort flow gracefully, intertwining with the river of stones, metals, and light. You notice subtle harmonies in these crossings, gentle nudges of invention, the quiet shimmer of understanding, the soft pulse of hope carried along invisible currents. Your breath becomes part of this harmony. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. The river hums, stones tumble, light glints, and your awareness floats alongside it all, calm and serene. Some fragments tumble in delicate dances, spinning gently, brushing past others in silent choreography. You feel the gentle humor of the universe, all things moving together without hurry, without fanfare, with elegance and patience. You inhale, feeling the warmth spread through your chest. Exhale, releasing any tension, any need to rush. The river carries abundance, understanding, and light in quiet, unhurried currents. You notice veins of metal and hints of ice, subtle reflections of potential waiting to be understood. You imagine this potential extending beyond Earth, beyond immediate horizons, carried patiently by the river. You inhale slowly, feeling the soft thrill of possibility settle into your chest. Exhale fully. The treasures are not measured, not rushed, not forced, they appear gently to those who drift alongside the river, aware, attentive, and patient. The river widens, flowing through regions you have not yet imagined, carrying with it streams of human curiosity, reflective fragments of minerals, delicate veins of frozen water, and shimmering light. You feel part of this current, weightless and serene, riding the flow with quiet delight. You notice the gentle dance of exploration, tools, knowledge, attention, all moving with a deliberate, patient rhythm. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You drift along, aware of the endless possibilities patiently revealed. You sense that discovery is a slow, luminous process, extending beyond personal experience into collective awareness. You notice the metaphorical river, a flowing chorus of fragments, reflections, and curiosity, stretching farther than any single mind can grasp. You breathe deeply, feeling calm, soft warmth radiating through your awareness. Exhale fully, letting patience anchor you, letting curiosity guide you without urgency. Some stones catch sunlight in gentle flickers, like tiny beacons of possibility. You notice veins of metal glinting faintly beneath frozen surfaces, subtle reflections of water waiting patiently for attention. The river hums softly, carrying the treasures forward, as well as your calm awareness, your soft anticipation, your attentive presence. You inhale warmth, exhale gentle satisfaction. The river flows onward, wider, longer, stronger, patient, and luminous. And as you drift further, you sense the river stretching toward uncharted realms, where new tributaries of curiosity will join, where light and shadow mingle across distant surfaces, where human awareness and cosmic patience entwine. You inhale, exhale, and feel yourself floating gently into the next chapter, where nightfall brings quiet reflection, and the river widens into still, expansive calm. You drift as the river widens, flowing quietly into the night of space. The light softens, shadows stretch like gentle blankets across distant stones. You inhale slowly, feeling the calm settle in your lungs. Exhale fully. Your shoulders relax. You notice the subtle shimmer of metals, the glint of ice, the reflection of starlight off surfaces smoothed by patient eons. The river hums softly, a lullaby of discovery, carrying both attention and understanding in its gentle currents. Some fragments float alone, others tumble together in quiet arcs. You notice the intricate choreography of motion, each stone following its own path, yet part of a larger, harmonious rhythm. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Your breath aligns with the river, and a soft glow of calm spreads through your chest. The treasures you have observed are known, the veins of potential gently acknowledged, the reflections soft and deliberate. You notice the subtle warmth of starlight on imagined skin, a gentle reminder that the universe watches without urgency, that abundance flows silently, without demand. You smile softly, noticing the delicate humor of distant rocks tumbling with patient grace. The river flows onward, carrying you, your awareness, and the soft whispers of metals, minerals, and frozen water. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. The rhythm is slow, hypnotic, and calming. Some stones reflect light in arcs that flicker like tiny fireflies. You imagine the gentle laughter of the universe, delicate, playful, woven into the dance of reflection and motion. You float alongside, weightless, serene, immersed in the soft melody of the river. Your chest rises and falls in gentle harmony with its flow, and you feel the quiet satisfaction of being fully present, fully attentive, fully aligned with the patient currents of discovery. You notice the gentle widening of the river, how it carries tributaries of human curiosity, past achievements, future endeavors, and collective understanding. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. Your awareness stretches alongside it, soft, patient, luminous. The stones, the light, the reflections, and your consciousness move together in calm, deliberate motion. You feel the warmth of observation, the gentle glow of recognition, the subtle thrill of participation in a quiet, cosmic choreography. Some fragments brush past one another, sharing subtle nudges and exchanges that ripple through the river. You notice how these micro-interactions create patterns, slow and deliberate, revealing hidden potential and soft reflections. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Your chest softens, your heartbeat aligns with the river, your awareness drifts in gentle synchrony with motion, light, and discovery. You imagine the night stretching endlessly, a blanket of cosmic calm beneath the stars. You notice the glimmers of metal veins, hidden reflections of water, soft arcs of light moving lazily along surfaces. They whisper patient stories, gentle reminders of abundance, possibility, and calm understanding. You inhale warmth, exhale calm. You are weightless, fully immersed, fully present, floating gently along the river of observation and reflection. Some stones tumble together in delicate dances, brushing softly, shimmering faintly, reflecting light in gentle flashes. You notice the humor of subtle motion, the cosmic acknowledgement that patience and curiosity are rewarded slowly, without urgency. Your chest rises gently with a soft thrill of understanding, and your awareness expands in quiet delight. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. The river hums, stones glide, light reflects, and you drift with perfect serenity. You notice veins of potential in each fragment, the subtle shimmer of metals, the quiet glint of ice waiting to be discovered. The river carries them slowly, deliberately, like a lullaby of abundance, a patient symphony of light and reflection. You float alongside, your awareness stretched across currents, reflections, and motion. You feel the soft joy of knowing, the calm delight of gentle discovery, the warm glow of observation carried quietly in your chest. As the river widens further, you notice the night settling more deeply around stones, reflections, and light. Shadows lengthen, softening edges, smoothing surfaces. The treasures are present, acknowledged, understood and gentle, patient motion. You inhale deeply, exhale fully. You feel the rhythm of the river, the steady flow of awareness, the calm pulse of cosmic curiosity. You are both observer and participant, drifting effortlessly through soft nightfall, carried by patient, luminous currents. Some glimmers sparkle faintly, reminders that discovery is ongoing, patient, luminous. You inhale slowly, exhale gently. The river flows onward, wider, deeper, calmer, carrying treasures, awareness, and understanding together. You notice the gentle humor of subtle motion, the soft joy of patient observation, and the delicate thrill of being part of something larger, more luminous, more enduring than yourself. And as the river drifts into the quietest reaches of night, you feel a soft invitation to rest, to reflect, to drift, to return. You inhale, exhale, and settle into the calm knowing that discovery is a patient river, and you are part of its quiet, flowing current. The treasures, the reflections, the gentle pulse of motion linger softly in your mind, waiting to be revisited, carried gently into dreams. You drift slowly, carried along the river, past stones, metals, and light, into the softest reaches of night. The river hums quietly, a lullaby of motion, reflection, and calm. Inhale slowly. Exhale fully. You feel warmth spreading through your chest, a cozy glow of awareness. The stars above twinkle faintly, each one a distant guardian, each one a gentle witness to the patient unfolding of discovery. You close your eyes lightly, letting the river carry you into dreams. Some fragments glimmer like memory, catching the last traces of light, reflecting subtle veins of metal, ice, and mineral. You imagine them floating softly, suspended in the river, patient, luminous, waiting to be remembered. You inhale warmth, exhale calm. Inhale. Exhale. Each breath carries you farther along, drifting toward possibilities, toward imagination, toward the tender joy of cosmic observation. You feel the river widening into a vast, dreamlike expanse. The stones are no longer mere fragments, they become gentle lights, glimmering softly like tiny lanterns in an infinite night. You drift among them, weightless, serene, your chest rising and falling in rhythm with the river's patient flow. You inhale slowly, exhale fully, allowing the calm to settle deeply into your mind. Some stones carry reflections of past discoveries, faint echoes of metals traced by careful attention, subtle traces of water patiently acknowledged. You notice the gentle humor in the universe, so many details, so many small lights, all moving in quiet rhythm, and you are invited to float among them, a quiet observer, drifting gently in luminous wonder. You imagine the treasure of knowledge, glimmering softly, waiting to be noticed, explored, appreciated. Your breath becomes a lullaby, a wave of calm that carries you through space and time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You feel the warmth of understanding, the gentle thrill of recognition, the soft glow of curiosity patiently unfolded. The river carries you, steady and luminous, into dream. Some fragments drift close, spinning together, brushing lightly, reflecting glimmers of light like gentle fireflies. You notice the calm joy of presence, the quiet delight of observing without hurry. You inhale, exhale, and feel your chest rise with soft anticipation. The river hums. Stones tumble. Light glints. Awareness drifts, weightless, serene, immersed in patient motion. You feel a sense of gentle closure, yet not an ending, only a pause, a soft lull, an invitation to rest. The river flows beneath your awareness, carrying treasures, reflections, and discoveries in luminous currents. You inhale slowly, exhale fully, letting the soft, cosmic lullaby settle into your body and mind. Your heart eases, your chest softens, and the gentle hum of space whispers through you. Some stones glint faintly, as if winking in playful acknowledgement of your presence. You smile softly, noticing the quiet humor of the cosmos. Treasures exist, patiently revealed, waiting for attentive eyes and gentle hands. You float among them, drifting in calm delight, weightless and serene. Your breath matches the rhythm of reflection, observation, and discovery. The river widens, stretching into a dreamscape of possibility. Stars shimmer above, fragments glimmer below, light flows softly between. You feel your awareness expand gently, your chest rising and falling with perfect rhythm. You are a leaf in this luminous current, drifting effortlessly, embraced by calm, curiosity, and wonder. Inhale warmth. Exhale calm. Inhale. Exhale. You imagine future journeys, rivers of stone, light, and reflection yet to be discovered, gently awaiting your attention. Each asteroid, each glimmer, each subtle reflection becomes part of a lullaby for your mind, a soft reassurance that the treasures real and symbolic exist patiently, waiting for your next voyage. You drift, serene, weightless, immersed in the soft, rhythmic currents of space and imagination. And as you float deeper into night, your breath slows, your chest softens, your awareness merges with the river of stars, metals, and ice. You feel enveloped by the calm, luminous, patient universe. Inhale slowly. Exhale fully. The treasures remain, softly glimmering, quietly waiting, carrying the gentle pulse of discovery into dreams. You drift, weightless, serene, wrapped in the lullaby of cosmic rivers, ready to awaken later, renewed, inspired, and gently carried forward by the slow, patient flow of curiosity and wonder.